Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed TR, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game, doing the Dream Eaters, and we're continuing with Scenario 2A. So, real quick, just showing that the bag has been reverted to the other team's tokens. So, I took the starting bag, and then I added 3 skulls and 1 tablet. All right. So, with that, we're now doing the search for Kadath. Intro, you stay the night at Einar's place. Your rest is anything but peaceful. Even if one could sleep within a dream, you certainly do not. Your mind teems with anxiety over the quest that looming ahead. You reflect on the Black Cat's warning about danger in the waking world, and you wonder about the others who have followed Virgil Gray down the steps of slumber and through the enchanted woods. Are they here now, too? Perhaps if you find this castle and return with proof of the Dreamlands, you can save everyone. Yourself, your friends, and the other dreamers as well. Campaign log, if the Black Cat is at your side, which it is not. So if neither is true, we just skip to intro 4. Yeah, because right now the cat is with the Web of Dreams team. Yep. Alright. The next morning you find Virgil and Randolph talking in the town square outside of Einar's place. Though you aren't quite sure what to think of either of them just yet, you know that both of them are well versed in the lay of this strange land. You ask them about your next move. We should speak to the High Priest Atal in the Temple of the Elder Ones, Randall suggests. He is wise beyond all of our measure and may know where to find the place we seek. You wonder aloud how far the temple is from here. Not far at all, Randolph replies. It stands atop the highest hill within Ulthar. Come, I will lead the way. With Randolph taking the lead, you make your way to the Temple of the Elder Ones, a circular tower of ivoried stone, protected by a small army of cats. The cat at the head of the formation is none other than the old cat with the scar you encountered in the woods earlier. He steps forward to bar your entry and regards your party with great acrimony. Hello again, the old cat says with a sharp tone. I suppose you want me to step aside. Check campaign log. We did let the cats collect tribute from the Zook, so we go to intro 6. You tell the cat that you are merely here to speak with Atal, and that you mean no harm. No worries, human, the cat says with a gaping yawn, the kind only a cat can perform and still look regal in the act. You don't seem the type to make trouble. Besides, I ain't going nowhere. You see a small lump in front of the cat, a bloody, half-eaten pheasant. You resist the urge to turn up your nose and count yourself lucky you are on the cat's good side. Go on in, he says, then licks his chops as he prepares to finish his meal. Alright, intro 9. At the top of the temple, seated on an ivory dais, the High Priest Atal awaits you. He is a frail, wiry man with a long, wispy black beard, caved-in cheeks, and the pale, milky eyes of one afflicted by blindness. Do not let your eyes deceive you, Randolph whispers as you seat yourself in front of the dais. Atal is over 3 centuries old, but his memory is sharp as a tack. You ask the priest about your quest and about your destination, the castle Randolph described from his dreams. You speak of the resting place of the great ones, high above unknown Kadath. Even I know not its true location, and that is all well and good, for the fruits of attempting to ascend to such a place would be bitter indeed. My companion Barzai once scaled a peak only a fraction as sacred, and he was never seen nor heard from again. The gods of Kadath may seem powerless, but they are protected by the other gods from the outside, whom it is better not to discuss. It would be wiser to let all the gods alone and leave this folly behind. Atal use of the word gods has you curious. You wonder aloud what kind of god might exist in a place like this. The priest shakes his head. They are not our gods, but the gods of earth, for this land is but a reflection of yours. You attempt to pry deeper into Atal's wisdom with your questioning, but his advice does not budge. I have already said more than I should, he insists. Please, for your sake, pursue this madness no further. In your campaign log, next to evidence of Kadath, record 1 tally mark. I don't see a section for evidence. Oh, there it is. We'll use tick marks. There you go. I. Okie dokie. We did not parlay with the Zoogs, so we go down to intro 11. That's not intro 11. This is intro 11. Okay. Making sure I did. Whoa, something is going wrong with this clicking thing. All right. Okay, yeah, it's clicking multiple times for some reason. Why? Okay, whatever. Atal refuses to, make sure I did this right. Intro 11, there we go. Atal refuses to give you any more advice, as you decide to leave the temple on the hilltop behind. We have learned much, but we are still no closer to knowing the location of Kadath. Randall says with a sigh. It is likely that our destination is far from here, perhaps on another continent altogether. We shall need to secure passage by sea if we are to travel such great distances. I suggest we begin by traveling south to the port city Dilathleen. We can figure out our next step from there. All right, and now we do the setup. So we begin to play in Ulthar, which we are there already. And then we got one pack of Vuniths in play. We'll deal with the swarming it has after we do Mulligan. And then, let's see. We don't need to worry. We don't have 3 or 4 investigators. We're good on that front. The lead investigator takes control of Virgil Gray, story asset, and puts him into play. So here's Virgil Gray. I think this gets put in here, right? Or does it not? Search the gather encounter cards for 1 copy of Vunis. Okay, so the other pack of Vunis goes in here. Okay, and then Virgil Gray. He's an ally, but he doesn't take an ally slot. Writer of Strange Tales, ally dreamer. After 1 or more signs of the gods are uncovered, either draw 1 card, gain 1 resource, or heal 1 horror from Virgil Gray. If there is more than 1 investigator in the game, give control of Virgil Gray to another investigator. Forced if Virgil Gray is defeated, remove him from the game. He has 1 health and 3 horror soak. Okay. Besides that, it's the locations in Search of Kadath start already revealed. And if they have the effect of Veiled, you can flip it over. Once you get all the clues off of it. Flipping it over can be done as a lightning bolt action, I believe. All right. And once you flip it over once, you usually cannot flip it over again. All right. Again, it's doing that weird stuff. Yeah, so yeah, lightning bolt action to flip it. Has to have no clues on it. And then for Victory X for swarming enemies, it only applies to the host monster, so not any of the others. And then it tells you to stop and not do any more setup, because there are setups for the other places we're going to. Which, yeah. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's go ahead and take a look at the locations we start at. We got Ulthar here. It's Veiled. 1 shroud, 2 clues. Very pleasant were the suburbs of Ulthar with their little green cottages and neatly fenced farms, and still pleasanter was the quaint town itself. We got Sky River. Which is Sky City, 2 shrouds, 0 clues. When you attempt to leave Sky City, if it has not yet been flipped over, test Will 2 or Foot 2. If you fail, flip this card over and resolve the text on the other side. Soon after, he came to the Great Stone Bridge across the sky, into whose central pier the Masons had sealed a living human sacrifice. We'll talk about the pack of Vunis. It's a creature monster, 1 fight, 1 evade, 2 health, swarming 1. And while the host of Pack of Vunis has no attached swarm cards, it gets +2 fight, +2 evade, and it hits for 1 health and 1 horror. So it gets stronger once it's by itself. Dilathleen is a Sky City port, 3 shroud, 2 clues, veiled. As an action, you can spend a resource to search the top 6 of your deck for an item card, or item asset, and draw it, and then shuffle your deck. Dilathleen, with its thin angular towers, looks in the distance like a bit of the Giant's Causeway, and its streets are dark and uninviting. Alright, up here, our agenda. Journey across the Dreamlands. Despite the advice of the Dreamlands inhabitants, you and your companions seek unknown Kadath where the gods dwell. Action. If you are at a port location, at a port location, you can resign. Venturing into the unknown has become too dangerous, so you return to safety with the information you gather. And the agenda deck only has 2 cards. Meanwhile, the act deck has 5 cards. Kingdom of the Sky. Over fertile plains, rolling down to the sky. He saw the smoke of cottage chimneys, and on every hand were the hedges and plowed fields and thatched roofs of a peaceful land. Objective: at the end of the round, investigators at a port location may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. And then over here we have the tokens. Skulls are minus X, which X is the number of signs of the gods the investigators have uncovered, which right now is 0. We do have an evidence of Kadath, but that's different. I believe that's correct. Yeah, that is different. All right. As the cultist is reveal another token, and if this token was revealed during the investigation and the skill test fails, you increase the shroud by 1 for the remainder of the round. Tablets are minus 2, and if you fail, you either take 1 damage, 1 horror, or place 1 doom on the current agenda. And then we don't have Elder Things, but Elder Things are actually plus 2, and the black cat points you in the right direction, and if this token is revealed during an investigation you succeed, you get 1 additional clue. So they represent that the black cat is with you and helping you out. So they have these tokens. So you might notice that this team does not have any Elder Things, and the other team didn't have any tablets in the beginning. But now both sides have a tablet. So since we don't have the black cat, it's going to make things a little bit harder. But for the other team, the tablet will probably do something beneficial involving the black cat. All right. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and put a break here and BRB. All right, let's do our opening mulligans. So shuffled and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Definitely don't want to cold evidence. I don't want to start with 3 aces. No stone unturned is good. Honed Instinct isn't bad. And having a shortcut isn't bad either, but I don't think I want to start with a Honed Instinct. So let's draw 3. 1, 2, 3. That is surprising fine, sucks, but the rest of it is great. Okay. So we have some options. Okay. And then for Rita, deal to orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your weakness. Alright, starting with a Derringer, baseball bat, and all that. Alright. Let's get rid of the long shot, the Derringer. What the hell? Whoa, what is going on? What? Okay, that's... Alright, my mouse is doing some weird shit. Anyway, we're gonna put away everything but the lucky. I might reload this and see if that'll fix it, because yeah, my mouse is doing some weird shit. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Sparrow Mask is perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, I've done this this particular scenario before, and I did not very well, but that's partially because I was just, mostly as me being dumb. The other reason was, like I said, the investigators I brought didn't really gel very well with what was going on. So I'm going to go ahead and take the top card of Mandy Thompson to put as a swarm card, because she is the lead investigator, and if it's ever not clear who was the one that revealed this monster, it goes to lead investigator. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and, first action with Mandy Thompson, spend 3 to get out Mr. Rook. Alright, ally uses 3 secrets. You can, as a lightning bolt, you can exhaust them and spend a secret to search top 3, top 6, or top 9 for any card and draw it. And if a weakness is among the search cards, you have to draw it as well. Are you sure you want to know? There's no going back. Has 2 health and 2/2 soak. Okay, so this guy is ridiculously powerful, especially with Mandy. So next, I'm going to go ahead and do a fast action to play No Stone Unturned. So this is going to let me search my entire deck, which of course is going to trigger my weakness. Unless my weakness is is it really? Is it really that? Oh my god, it is. Holy cow. Okay. That's hilarious. So this would have triggered my weakness, but my weakness is actually the swarm card. Alright, cool. So with that, I can get any card I want. I am going to go ahead and trigger a, what do you call it? Research effect. The question is what research effect do I want to trigger? I think let's go ahead and trigger the astounding revelation first. So we'll get 2 resources for that. And then I'll just take a segment of Onyx. Yeah, I'm just going to take a segment of Onyx and get that out. I mean, actually, the other option is Dream Diary, which that's also very good. Oh, actually, Pathfinder. That's even better. So many choices. Yeah, let's grab the Pathfinder. We'll get that out first. All right, shuffle. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and use Mr. Rook. 1 secret. I'm going to search top 9. I'm going to use our ability to pick 2 cards from the 9. Okay, no. Oh my god. Maybe I should have gone for the other thing. All right, no research cards, but I can grab 2 of these. So I'm going to grab both segments of Onyx here. And then shuffle. Okie dokie. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. We are 5 to 1. I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to use a quick thinking. So it's going to be 6 to 1. What's going on? There it goes. All right. That was strange. Okay. So that was tablet, which was -2. So I was that brings it down to 4 to 1. So I beat it by 3 or more. So I do get my extra action. I also get the clue here. We do need all the clues along the way. Next, I'm going to go ahead and investigate one more time. 5 to 1. We succeed. We get the clue. And then I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource. And then I'm going to spin a resource to get out the segment of Onyx as a fast action. And then for the last thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and flip this. I already know it's not a good one. Cryptic Souls. As you walk the streets of town, a horde of cats slowly congregates around you, following you everywhere you go. Check campaign log. If the cats collected their tribute from the Zug, read the following. 1 by 1, the cats demand a tribute in the form of physical affection. Despite the urgency of your task, they rub against your legs, leap onto your lap, and do not leave until they are thoroughly adored. Lose all remaining actions and end your turn. So the first time I did this, I was like, oh, maybe I should wait until next turn to activate this. And I literally activated it before I took any actions and lost all my actions. So yeah. Obviously we're going to pet the cats before we leave. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck just to make sure we have that taken care of. And yeah, that's it for Mandy. So for Rita, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to get out Sparrow Mask. Then I'm going to go ahead and move to this location, which is going to get me engaged with this enemy. And I'm going to, this will let me activate Bewitching. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put Dirty Fighting into my hand. And then I'm just going to evade it. So I'm currently 5 to 1. What is going on with this thing? All right, Skull, so that is -0 right now, so we do succeed. Okay, this is doing some weird shit. I'm going to reload this after I'm done with this. We'll put a damage on this. And, oh, you should be over here. Okay. And then that is it. So let me go ahead and take care of all the stuff here first. So enemy phase. nothing going on with the enemies, then it's going to re-engage during upkeep. So upkeep, it is the order of operations is reset actions, ready all exhausted cards. So I can choose the order when these get readied. So I'm going to ready Bewitching first, and then the monster, and then activate Bewitching when he re-engages me. And I'll go ahead and grab. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a Sweeping Kick and get that out of the way. Okay, now I'll do this. Upkeep. Okay, 13th Vision. Upkeep. Easy mark. Cool. So what I'll probably do on the next engagement is just grab the other easy mark and use that as a fun double action. All right, let's go ahead and get our first Doom. All right, and we'll go ahead and handle our first Mythos phase. Okay. Draw. If there are no clues in your location, discard it and again search. All right. Hunted by Corsairs. Attach it to your current act. When the act advances, each investigator takes 2 damage. Attached act gains action test 4 book to outwit the Corsairs, or 4 foot to sneak past them. If you succeed, discard the Hunted by Corsairs. Okay, so these guys are going to be a pain. And then over here, Song of the Macabre Bird. Attached to your location. After you move out of the attached location, take 1 horror, place 1 doom on the current agenda, and discard Song of the Macabre Bird. This effect can cause the current agenda to advance. You can also do a 4 will action or 4 fist action to drive avoid the birds. If you succeed, discard the Song of the Macabre Bird. Okay, so that's a problem. Okie dokie. So yeah, we got to deal with that. All right, so that is everybody. I'm going to go to investigation phase, and then I'm going to put a break here, so BRB. All right, let's see if restarting it works. Okay, so we did our Mythos stuff. We're in investigation phase. I'm going to start with Rita first. I'm going to evade the pack of Vuniths. So I'm currently 5-1. I succeed. I'm not going to do... Actually, doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and take out the Swarm card. Oh no, actually no. I actually don't want to take out the Swarm card because it makes it harder to evade. So no, I'm not gonna use that. But I will still evade. So I evade. Next, I'm going to deal with the Macabre Bird thing. So I'm currently 3-4. I'll use an offering to make it 5-4. Yep, 5-4. Good luck. Alright, tablet is -2. So I am going to go ahead and spend a resource to do Lucky to pass it. And that gets rid of that. So, and then my last action, I'm going to move. I have to do a will or foot test. I'll do foot, so 5-2. We do pass. All right, Mandy. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 resources to get out Pathfinder. I'll just put it there. I'm going to go ahead and use a Pathfind move to move down to here. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 actions to... I mean, the other option is I just try to investigate my way through this. So the problem is I fail on ties. So yeah, I'll play it safe. I'm gonna spend 2 actions to get rid of this card. And then I'm going to use shortcut to move from here. So currently I'm 3-2. I'm gonna commit a surprising find, so I'll be 4-2. Okay, we do pass. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and use Mr. Rook. I'm going to search top 9. I'll use my ability to grab 2 cards. All right, I will happily use the Astounding Revelation to get 2 resources, and then I'll grab this segment of Onyx for 1 of my cards. And then the other card I want is the Calling in Favors. Okay, so those are all shuffled in. I'm next going to spend 2 resources to get out all the segments of Onyx and get out the Pendant of the Queen. And then I'm going to use said Pendant of Queen to go ahead and grab a clue. So unfortunately, we're not going to get out this round. All right. Can we move that aside? Thank you. An enemy phase. Enemy ain't going to do anything. Upkeep, you'll ready again. Disc of its Omna. Live and learn. Okay. One second. Sorry about that. Doubted myself. All right. We go to Mythos. We're now 2 of 7. Footbad. And engage with the investigator at the lowest foot, which is you. And it's going to have Swarming 1. This is a Stealthy Zoog. I think we've dealt with these guys before. But it was Rita that drew it, so it's going to be her card. And then that'll be it for that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and have Rita go first. I'm going to spend 3 resources to go ahead and get out Dirty Fighting. I'm then going to engage this enemy. I'll use Bewitching to get Easy Mark into my hand. And that's pretty much it for Bewitching. Then I'm going to evade. I'm currently 5 to 3. I do pass. I'm going to use my ability to do 1 damage to kill this card. Put this underneath here. All right. It also gets evaded. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Dirty Fighting to, after you evade an enemy, you can exhaust Dirty Fighting to take a fight action against that enemy and ignore the aloof keyword. So I'm going to fight it. And since it's currently exhausted, I do get +2 to this, so it's going to be 5 to 1. And that deals with the Stealthy Zoog. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and have Mandy search the top 9, and I'll pick 2. All right, I will take the Astounding Revelation to gain 2 resources. Then I'm also going to go ahead and I'll take the Dream Diary. And I can take 1 more card. Let's take a... Let's take a Practice Makes Perfect. Actually, let's take a Quick Thinking. Okay. I'm then going to go ahead and spend 3 to get out my Dream Diary. I'm then going to go ahead and investigate using Quick Thinking. So 6 to 3. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource, and then I'm going to play calling in favors. I'm going to return Mr. Rook to my hand. All right. And then I'll search top 9. All right, got some options. So I'm going to go ahead and take this occult evidence and reveal it and put it in my hand to grab this last clue. And we're going to have to take Dr. Eli because that's all I can really afford. So Dr. Eli, which is going to come out into play for free because it was 3 cost for 3. Then I search top 9 again for any relics. And swing and a miss, which I'm okay with. Okay, and that is everything. So I can now finally get out of this place. Took us a round longer than I wanted it to. All right, so let's go ahead and shuffle and upkeep. Magnifying glass. And for you, Pete Sylvester. Awesome. All right, go to Mythos. We're now up to 3 of 7. Oh, actually, before we do 3 of 7, we are going to go ahead and at the end of the round, investigators of the port location may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. So we're going to do that. We will end up taking 2 damage for that. So Rita will take 2, get an offering back. I'm going to go ahead and have Dr. Eli take 1 damage and Mandy take 1 damage because of the Corsairs, unfortunately. Now the good news is once the act advances, it does get discarded because it's no longer attached to it. Or it's no the attached act is no longer in play, so this will go away. And here goes. To the sea. You find a captain willing to grant you passage to the remote regions of the Dreamlands, wherein you may find signs from the gods to point you in the direction of Kadath. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, and all play areas for Cats of Ulthar, each pack of Vunaths, and each card from the Zoogs encounter set, and remove them from the game. Shuffle each set-aside copy of Priest of Thousand Mask into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. Alright, and then we choose a location. We can either do Oryab, Minar, so Isle Oryab, Ancient Land of Minar, Forbidden Lands, or the Timeless Realm. So I've done Forbidden Lands of Minar before. I've never done the other ones. So let's do Oryab, so it's at least something new that I haven't done yet. Also, this is going to get put into my deck. Oh my god. Okay, stop doing that, please. Alright, we're just going to do it the way I was going to do it originally, which is put it there, put this... Oh my god. I hate this. There we go. Put it there. Thank you. We'll just have to do it like that. There's a way to slide it under, but there's just too much junk in the way. Alright, so what's going to end up happening is the Vunas get removed. All the Zoogs. So anything with a Zoog icon. Okay, and then over here we have a few as well. Okay. These guys are your own thing. Okay. Alright. Put this all back in here. Alright. Some of this might be handled by the auto generation thing, so we're going to click Oryab and see what happens. Did that... Okay, it's down here. Okay. And it said to put them over in Baharna, so over here. Cool, you can, we got Night Riders to deal with too. Okay. And this is all just set aside stuff, right? No, these are for the other locations. Got it. Okay. It also discarded my card. I think. Yeah, it looks like it discarded the card. I don't know where it put it. Give me a moment. Okay, so there was nothing I was missing on the back of the act. I did check the encounter deck. It does have the 1,000 Mask added in, so we're good on that front. One thing I did forget to do before the end of the round, though, was this is a veiled location, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Endless Secrets in the port city of Delathleen. You consult with the elders of the city. They believe that the truth of Kadath was hidden for a reason, and they call you a fool for searching for it. Even so, they tell you what little they know of the Forsaken Peak. Though you are far from finding Kadath, it is clear now that it cannot be in this region. We'll need to find a ship captain, Randolph muses. This journey will be much longer. The Isle of Oriab lies to the south, and I have heard of a great mountain there. To the west lies the ancient lands of Minar, where many of the secrets lie, and to the east is the Timeless Realm, ruled by the wise king Karanes. North of there is a forbidden land where none dare tread. You have uncovered a sign of the god. Place one resource on the scenario reference card to indicate this. So we got our first one. So that does mean that skulls are now -1s. For the remainder of the scenario, resources on the scenario card represent signs of the gods the investigators have uncovered. Your quest is to uncover as many of these signs as you can in order to discern the location of Kadath. Flip this back over. Okay, so now this goes back here. Okay, and we are in Oriab. So, Isles of Oriab. To the south lies the small but thriving volcanic island of Oriab, dominated by the dormant volcano called Nigranek. The Bay of Baharna, marked by twin lighthouses, Thon and Thal, overlooks the southern sea. Find and uncover as many signs of the gods in this region as you can. At the end of the round, if each investigator is at the same port location, you may move to another region by advancing this act. If the investigators have uncovered 10 signs of the god, good luck. Proceed to Resolution 1. Okay. And then down here, we do have a Night Rider that did spawn, so we're going to put a swarming on it. So creature, monster, 2 fight, 5 evade, 2 health, swarming 1. While the host Night Riders has no attached swarm card, it gets -3 evade. After you evade Night Riders, you discard it. So you can instantly kill these guys by evading them, but it is 5 evade, so good luck. Alright, we do start at Baharna, which is Oriab City Port, veiled. The wharfs of Baharna are of porphyry, and the city rises in great stone terraces behind them. So victory 1 for this location, so now we have some victory locations. We've got Nameless Ruins, Ancient Ruins, 5 Shroud, 2 Clues. At the end of your turn at Nameless Ruins, deal 1 direct damage to an ally asset you control. So probably shouldn't stay there with Virgil Grey. Virgil Grey. After 1 or more signs of the gods have been uncovered, which we just did with at the port city, either draw 1 card, gain 1 resource, or heal 1 horror from Virgil Grey. And if there's more than 1 investigator, this gets passed over to them. So I'm going to go ahead and pick gain. I'm going to go ahead and pick gain a resource, and then I'll pass you over. So there you go. All right. Let's see. By evening, he was near the nameless ancient ruins of Yath's farther shore. And then over here, we got Mount Nigranek. After you enter Mount Negragrath or discover 1 or more clues at Mount Negragrath, if the investigators have not obtained supplies from Baharna, test 3 fist or 3 foot. If you fail, lose your remaining actions immediately end your turn. Got it. So maybe we should get some supplies from Baharna. It's nice that it gives you at least a few context clues. All right, now we do the Doom. And now let me shuffle this because it's a new deck. And draw. Put Dreamland's Eclipse into play. Okay, when you initiate investigation. Okay, so this is going to be in play for now. I'm just going to put it here because it's just easier to track. And then over here, we have attached to our location. Okay, so we need to deal with this as well. All right. We still took the 2 damage. That's all good. All right. So with that, let's get to work. So at the start of... Yeah, at the start of Mandy Thompson's turn, she's going to get her Essence of Dream. Then I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource, and then spend 3 resources to get out Mr. Rook. He's now fresh again, so now I can do my searches with him. So I'm going to go ahead and search top 9 and use my ability. Alright. I will put the Surprising Find out for that effect. And then for the 2 cards, how high can we make this? I'm going to grab the Burning the Midnight Oil. And a Practice Makes Perfect. Okay, it is all shuffled. All right, and then for her final action, I am going to go ahead and investigate using Burning the Midnight Oil. So I'm going to get 2 resources. And then I'm going to spend 1 resource to do Practice Makes Perfect and search the top 9. So this location has how much Shroud? 2, so now it has 4 Shroud. Okay, I can take that. So yeah, Practice Makes Perfect, and we'll see what we can get. Search top 9. We can grab a Perception. So currently we are we're going to end up 6 to 4 right now. So let's pick well, let's go ahead and pick Perception. And that's going to be committed as well. Okay, so that's a practice card that I can commit. All right. Shuffle. Okay, so that puts us at 8 to 4. We succeed. So I do get a clue from here. I draw a card because of Surprising Find. And I draw a card because of Perception. Okay. And that leaves me with no actions remaining. I'm going to spend a resource to get out Magnifying Glass. And I'm going to go ahead and spend a charge of Pendant of the Queen to grab a clue from this location. All right. Then over here with Rita, since I kind of have some breathing room finally, I'm going to spend an action to get out Pete Sylvester. So I'm going to get +1 foot. I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to get out Easy Mark, gain 2 resources, and draw a card. And then I'll play the other one, gain 2 resources, draw a card. And I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 resources to get out Randolph Carter. And that'll give me +1 fist and +1 agility. Okay. Now we look like someone who can actually evade things. Okay. Then it goes enemy phase. These guys do not have Hunter, so no worries on that front. Goes to upkeep phase. Yep, we're good to go on that. So upkeep. Start of the pot. Upkeep. Oh, there's my other Easy Mark, but that's okay. Alright. This is going to get discarded because it's at the end of the round. Yep, end of the round. Alright, Mythos. 4 of 7. Oh, I see. So that's what happened to this card. That is weird. This game is weird. Alright, so 4 Doom out of 7, I think it is. Oh, Song of the Macaw Bird. And Hunted by Corsairs. Okie dokie. Get to deal with that nonsense. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and start with Rita. I'm just seeing what my options are. Yeah, we'll start with Rita. I'm going to spend an action to try to get rid of one of these Macaw birds. So, we can do Fist. That's an option. Yeah, we'll use Fist, so we're 4-4 right now. Actually, we'll do Willpower. And go, actually, no. We'll do Fist for the first one. So 4-4 here. I do pass. So that's 1 down. Next action, I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. Again, 4-4. We pass. Okay. Thank you, Randolph Carter. Okay. And then for the last action, I'm going to go ahead and spin 2 to get out my baseball bat. Okay. Next, we'll go ahead and have Mandy go next. I'm going to go ahead and search top 9 using Mr. Rook. I'll use her ability to get 2 cards instead of 1. Okie dokie. Let's grab the Practice Makes Perfect. The research card I'll grab is this Surprising Find. And, oh, actually, sorry, there is not the Surprising Find. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Occult Evidence and get this taken care of. Boop. Alright. And then for the other card I want, let's grab the... Honestly, let's just grab a Research Librarian and get it out of our way. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and flip this location. Alright, the city of... Okay, the city of Baharna is... where's Baharna? The city of Baharna is a thriving and bustling harbor where you can find all manner of trade goods, provisions, and other wares. In the marketplace, you find supplies that may aid you in your expedition to lands farther south, as well as beasts of burden to carry your belongings. It should not surprise you that the most common of these creatures are zebras, and yet you are stunned nonetheless. You could spend days perusing the bazaar and still find oddities to spark your imagination. Truly, this is a land of wonders. Alright, each investigator at this location can get return an item or supply card from the discard pile to their hand. I don't think you have any. You do not. What is going on? Why is it doing that? Sorry for cutting out there. My Steam overlay decided to say hello. I don't know why. Alright. So yeah. Supply cards. Item cards. None. Okay. I'm kind of okay with that. I don't actually want to put more cards in my hand right now. In any case, we do note that we have obtained supplies from Baharna and then flip this card back over. Okay, so we're good to go for doing whatever this nonsense is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm thinking here. So I could move down. I could try to evade this guy. That is doable. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So Pathfind move. down here, I'm going to get engaged by you, because of course I am. And then I'm going to evade him. I'm going to commit a Essence of Dream. So this has 2 additional wilds because I'm engaged with an enemy. So I'm currently 7 to 5. And we succeed. So this guy's evaded. When he's evaded, you discard it. So put you back in. Discard you. You get set aside. And now we're down here. After you enter or discover one or more clues, if the investigators have not, I have obtained supplies, so I'm good to go on this front. Okay. So that was my Pathfind move. I still have my actual stuff to do. So I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm currently 6 to 3. I am going to go ahead and pop a Practice Makes Perfect and search top 9. Okay, Shocking Discovery has been found. So this will cancel this effect. Shuffle, and I get an encounter card. And I get this. So you can add this card to your hand. Law of Yuggoth Chaos. You cannot play cards or trigger abilities on player cards with an odd printed resource cost. And you can discard a player card with an even printed cost from your hand to get rid of this. Okay, that is completely fine. Anyway, so I'm still 6 to 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and commit a Occult Evidence and a Quick Thinking. Do I need to do both? So I'm right now 6. There'll be 7. No, actually, I can just commit this and it'll be good enough. So yeah, 6 to 3. This becomes 7 to 3, and the worst I can get is -2. All right, -2. So that is 5 to 3. I beat this by 2 or more. So I do get a clue here. My mouse is just refusing to work. Cool. All right, I get an action back. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to discard a card with an even cost. I'll discard this Research Librarian to discard this. And then I'm going to investigate this location one more time. So 6 to 3. We succeed. We grab it. I'm also going to go ahead and activate Pendant of the Queen to grab the clue that's here. These get shuffled back in. So the good news is we have gotten through all of our weaknesses. So we're good on that front at least. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip this location. The Likeness of Old. As you begin your perilous climb, you realize that you are the only one who dared to scale the mountain. Although woodsmen and lava gatherers explore its lower slopes, few brave the cliffs higher up on the northern face, and certainly none along the southern face of the mountain, which cannot be seen from the city below. You eventually reach a valley of still lava, solid as rock. As at the far end, a twisting, narrow path ascends the southern slope. When you reach the top, you find what you have been searching for, a face carved into the side of the mountain, hundreds of feet tall. You face one of the great old ones, or so you are told. You have uncovered a sign of the gods. Boop. Shuffle one set aside of Tenberus Night Gaunt into the encounter deck if able, and then flip this card back over. Okay. All right, good to go on that front. All right. I could go and flip this immediately, but I'm going to wait because there's no point in taking extra damage when I don't need to. And yeah, that's everything. So no enemies. Upkeep. I'm fairly certain I shuffled, but just in case, I'll shuffle again. 3 aces. And we have 7 cards in hand. That's good. Upkeep. Derringer. Okay. Mythos, we're now 5 of 7. Dreamlands. Okay. This is literally not going to do anything because I'm not going to be investigating. So I'm just going to discard it now. And put this in play in your threat area. Okay. If you draw a resource or play each round, it costs 1 additional resource. Okay. So he needs, she needs to actually investigate a location to get rid of this. Also, I think I made a mistake with this, and I thought it did an extra action for investigating. In any case, let's go ahead and go with Mandy here. So Mandy's going to do a... So first I'm going to Mr. Rook. So top 9, and I'm going to pick 2 cards. Oh, also this goes in my hand. Boop. Search, top 9. I will bring out the Surprising Find. And for the 2 cards, I'm going to pick 3 aces and a segment of Onyx. I'm also going to go ahead and fast out the segment of Onyx. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move over to here and see what's going on. Okay. What remains of Taria? The ruins of this settlement are vast, but it is the caverns that lie beneath that draw your interest. Deep underground, you become lost in the forbidden maze of wildly complex corridors impossible to map. For days, you scour the maze, unable to find the path to its core. Finally, you notice a dark shape, like a hazy shadow, watching you from around a corner. You pursue it until it leads to a tomb in the center of the gargantuan cavern. Surrounded by ancient tapestries depicting the once great kingdom of Taria, you wonder about the intentions of the shadow that led you here. Was it aiding you or manipulating you? You record the story of Taria's fall before fleeing to the surface. You have no wish to stay any longer. We've gotten another sign of the gods. Man, not starting with Oria on my first time playing this was a bad call. I mean, at the same time, finding these early is also dangerous because now skulls are -3. So needless to say, it's going to get a lot harder. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to move. And I'm going to go ahead and spend an action to try to get rid of these Corsairs. So currently we are 5-4. I'm going to go ahead, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're going to commit a Essence of Dream. Yeah, we'll commit an Essence of Dream to this, and we'll see what we get. We do pass, we get rid of it. No more getting blasted by Corsairs. Okay, and then last action, I'm going to gain a resource, because we're kind of starving for those. Okay. And then over here, Rita has a little bit of time to herself, so let's go ahead and make use of that. First action, I'm going to go ahead and try to investigate this location. I'm currently 2-2. And we'll see what we get. 2-2. -1 is a fail. I'm going to go ahead and use Live and Learn and try again. 4-2. That's a fail because of the skull. Okay, I'll go ahead and try to investigate again. 2-2. Can I get any help over here? Not really. 2-2. That's still a fail. Either take 1 damage and 1 horror, place 1 doom. Alright, well, I'll take 1 damage and 1 horror. And I will go ahead and activate this to go ahead and draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. Overzealous. Alright, draw this. Gain Surge. So what's nice is this already had Surge on it, so it didn't actually do anything extra, which is nice. And then this is going to go in our hand. Discard a player, so you cannot commit cards to the test with an odd number of icons. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and activate that. Is that a play? Yeah, that's a play effect. Never mind. I'm going to investigate 2-2. And we'll see what happens. I failed again. Okay. Well, I tried. No enemies goes to upkeep. Actually, I have too many cards in my hand. So I should have actually committed something. Oh well. That was my bad. Upkeep. Tooth of Etzli. I'm going to go ahead and discard it. Actually, I'll discard the Disc of Itzama. And then over here, upkeep, breaking and entering. Okay, that's not terrible. I can make something work with that. Let's discard a gun. And that'll be it on that front. All right, at the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Yeah, if at the same port location, you may move to another region by advancing this act. So we're going to go ahead and advance this act. All right. All right, so what we're going to go with is, as you board your ship once again, you find the crew loading barrels of trade goods, furs, or exotic spices and the like. We'll make a killing with these back on the mainland, the captain says, clapping your shoulder. Hope you found what you were looking for, too. Where do you want to head next? So shuffle the encounter discard into this. All right. Investigators must decide. You cannot choose a place you've already visited. So we're going to go with Manar next. So conveniently, that'll be this. We'll just go in order. All right. So we do the Manar setup now. We'll set you guys aside. All right, and then we start at this location. You got Beings of Ib. Okay, so I see how they work. All right, and then I believe the deck has been set up as necessary. Oop, don't put that away. I wanted to search it. Okay, I believe it's all correct. Shuffle. Because I think the rest of it's just set aside stuff. Yeah. Okay. The doom that came before, the ancient fabled land of Manar, is one of the oldest regions in Dreamlands, where wandering nomadic tribes settled city-states that grew in size and power over untold ages until they became the metropolises that stand today. Again, just keep trying to find stuff. All right, we're now going to go up to 6 of 7. And draw this. While the investigators have uncovered 2 or more signs... Okay, so yeah. Priest of 1,000 Mask, Humanoid Cultist, 2 Fight, 2 Evade, 2 Health. While the investigators have uncovered 2 or more signs of the gods, Priest of 1,000 Mask gets +1 Fight, +1 Evade. So right now we have 3. So right now they do have +1 Fight, +1 Evade. If it's 4 or more, they get +2 Health. And if it's 6 and more, they get +1 Damage and Retaliate. Right now they do 1 Horror. Okay, and then for you, another one. Okay. I did get engaged, but I don't have anything left that I can do with the Bewitching. Okie dokie. So, give me 1 moment. Okay, let's go over the locations. Kadath, it's a port. It's veiled, has 5 shroud, 2 clues. It is said that the history of this land is written upon the famed cylinders of this ancient city. Great brick pillars that rise into the sky, studied by sages, sorcerers, and scholars alike. Perhaps here you can find answers. Over here we have ancient ruins, 3 shroud, 2 clues. Veiled cannot be flipped over unless the investigators know what happened to Ib. After you successfully investigate Sarnath by 1 or less, take 1 horror. Not even the mines of precious metal remained. Doomed has come to Sarnath. And down here we have ruins of Ib. Ancient ruins, 1 shroud, 2 clues. After you reveal a skull or a cultist token while investigating the ruins, discard an asset you control. Not far from the great city of Ib did the wandering tribes lay the first stones of Sarnath. Okay, so with all that, we'll go ahead and figure out what we're going to do here. So, first I will start with Rita Young. Let's I'm going to evade one of these guys. So I'm going to evade this Priest of 1,000 Mask. I'm currently 7 to 3. I'm not going to commit anything. 7 to 3. We do pass, and there's no limit to my ability now. So yeah, in that case, I'll go ahead and activate my ability to do damage. Then I'm going to go ahead and activate Dirty Fighting to get a free fight on him. I'm just going to use a regular attack since I got the free damage there. So I'm currently 6-3 because of Dirty Fighting. We pass. He is dead. Okay. And then I'm going to engage the other one and evade that one. We succeed, and we'll do another damage to it with our ability because there's no limit because we got the Elder Sign thing. All right. Over with Mandy Thompson, I'm going to go ahead and get this Essence of Dream into my hand. So this thing hits for 1 horror. Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, so I definitely want to investigate this place and get this out of the way. So right now we're 6-5. But you know what? I'm going to spend an action to spend 1 resource and do Calling in Favors. Return this to my hand. Search top. I'm going to make it top 12. Search top 12. And I'm going to bring out Witten Green. Oh, also, do I have anything I can do here? Yes, Occult Evidence. I'm going to reveal that and put in that in my hand to get a clue. And then for the ally, I'm going to pick Witten Green. She costs 3, and the card I returned to my hand costs 3. Or sorry, she costs 4, and the card I returned to my hand was 3, so I'll spend 1. I do have Tomes and Relics out, so I'm going to get +1 Willpower and +1 Book. Okay, so that was my first action. It's always nice to get a clue from just doing that type of stuff. Next, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I'm currently 7-5. I am going to go ahead and commit a Occult Evidence to make it 8-5. That's why I did it. So that's -3, so I pass 5-5. Grab the clue. Also, this location has triple action, draw 5 cards if you ever need to draw cards. Which actually becomes 4 actions in the case of Prismatic Phenomenon. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, sorry, I forgot about the swarming. That is a problem. I actually need to go. I need to rewind. Yeah, we need to rewind because I didn't handle the swarming. So 1, 2. Yeah, I didn't even actually. Beings of Id, Monster Elite, 4 fight, 4 evade, 1 health. Prey is investigators at a ruins location only, so this guy will not come after us until we go into a ruins. He's aloof hunter swarming, in this case 2. During the enemy attack step of the enemy phase, instead of attacking its engaged investigator, Beings of Ib attacks each investigator's location. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to take back the clue here as well. Okay. So I had 4 resources. I spent 1 to do Calling in Favors, and we're going to do top 12 again. Alright, I still get the Occult Evidence, and I still get the Witten Green. So that's still legit. And then I had already done the skill check, which I committed an Occult Evidence for. Yeah, because it put me at 7-8. Yeah, okay. So I do get the clues here. So that's taken care of. Okay, so yeah, my apologies. I forgot about these guys. Okay. 1 second about the thing there. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, it says only, so it should not go anywhere until we go into a ruins location. I am going to go ahead and flip this, get this out of the way. All right. Cylinders of Kadath. You study the pillars within Kadath. for many hours, losing yourself in the vast storied histories of the Dreamlands. What was first a focused search for the whereabouts of the castle of the gods soon becomes an obsession with all things inscribed upon the cylinders. Hours, days, weeks, who knows how much time you lose to your research. Though you learn much, the time you spend here is a boon to those who pursue you. You are only able to pry yourself free from the cylinders when you feel the ominous gaze of something sinister watching you from afar. We get another sign of the gods, so we're now at 4, so skulls are -4. Get the other Tenebrous Night Gaunt into the encounter deck. So now both of them are in the deck. Needless to say, they don't seem nice. Alright, next. I still have an action remaining. So, what I'm going to go ahead and do... So I could try to evade this guy. That would be, what, 7-4 again? But that wouldn't really solve anything. Oh, also, my Surprising Find should have triggered, so I should have gotten to draw a card as well. So I actually didn't need to commit this Occult Evidence at all. So I'll draw a card. Honed Instinct. Okie dokie. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do a Pathfind move over to here. I'm going to investigate this location. I'm currently 7-3. I'm going to commit this to make it 9-3. And this. So we're 10-3 right now. Alright, so that's -2. Yep, -2. Also, when Rita Young's turn ended, Pete should have healed. Anyway, I always forget that. So 8-3, so I definitely beat this by a ton. I get a clue here. I don't take a horror because of it. And then I'm going to spend a resource to play Honed Instinct, which will give me another action, because I succeeded a test by 3 or more. I'm then going to investigate again at 7-3. Yeah, 7-3. We succeed. We get the clue here. Oh, geez. I completely forgot to switch this guy back and forth again and again and again. Give me a second. Okay, so it's easy enough to solve. I'll just gain a resource, move. That's for our second one. Gain a resource, move. And then gain a resource and move it back. So that was all 4 of these resolved. Okay. Anyway, that's been taken care of. I got the clue. And then for my last, and then I'm going to use a shortcut to move back because I can't flip this yet. All right. And that is everybody. Hopefully I didn't break things too badly. I'm not going back at this point. Enemy phase, nothing going on because this guy has prey only, so only at runes locations. This guy will re-engage you. We'll go ahead and get our upkeeps going. Eureka's. And for you, let's discard a Stunning Blow. Alright. Mythos, it advances. The Corsair's Pursuit. Months have passed since you first set forth from Ulthar. Along the way, you have seen many fabulous places and met many strange and interesting people. Some have been helpful, giving you sage advice or pointing you in the right direction. Most, however, have regarded you with suspicion and wariness. Perhaps it is because you are a dreamer from the outside world, or perhaps it is because you are foolish and accursed enough to seek the forbidden lands of the Dreamlands. But it is the Corsairs who truly frighten you. Throughout your travels, you spot them pursuing you time and time again. Men of Ling, the inhabitants of the Dreamlands, call them satyr-like creatures with hooves instead of feet, and great curved horns protruding from their foreheads. They sail on long black galleys with black sails. You know not why they hunt for you relentlessly, and you are not keen to find out. Shuffle both set-aside Corsair enemies into the counter deck, along with the discard pile. Corsairs. Okay. Over here, Agents of the Outer Gods. Perhaps seeking Kadath is an accursed adventure after all. Even so, curiosity gnaws at your mind. What proof could the resting place of the gods hold for you? Cool. So 9 doomed to advance, and of course you can still resign at a port. One thing I'm wondering about... Oh, okay, so that's what I was wondering about. We should be losing our clues every time we do setup. Which actually has been happening. Never mind. Okay, I thought it wasn't doing that. Okay, cool. Because that's important. Because if you resign at a port, you're going to drop your clues on that port, which some ports do have victory. Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and shuffle this and draw. Boop. Oh, good. One of these. Boop. Oh, good. Surges, because there's no clues here. And okay. Spawn nearest city or surface location alert. After Corsair of Ling attacks via its alert keyword, it gets -3 evade for the remainder of the phase. Humanoid monster, 2 fight, 5 evade, 4 health. These guys are going to be annoying. Okay. So with all that taken care of, let's do our best, I guess. So we do still need to deal with the beings of Ib, but I'm kind of busy with all this bullshit. All right. So I can't commit cards. That's the ticket. Okay. I'm going to evade the Priest of the Mask. They actually have 2 health. They have +2 health now. So that's a problem. Okay. So yeah, I'll evade the Priest of the Thousand Mask. Currently we are 7-2, or 7-3, sorry. That's -4, so we do pass. I will use my ability to do a damage to it. And then I'm going to use my Dirty Fighting and a baseball bat on him. So I have 8-3. I do pass. Thankfully that doesn't break anything. Yep, doesn't break anything. This guy is now dead for 2 damage. Do I want to draw 2 additional cards? Sure, I'll draw 2 cards. No, yeah, I'll draw... No, I will not. Because I just don't have the means to get rid of them. What I can do... What am I, 7-2? So it'll be 9-5. Alright, I'm going to spend 2 resources and play Breaking and Entering. It's going to take 2 actions because this is a play action. I'm currently 9-5. I pass. I do evade you. And I do get rid of this, finally. Okay. That is it on that end. Let's go over here. This is going to go into my hand. I really, really need to deal with this Beings of Ebb. So I can actually, like, you know, search this thing. So what is it? I can't play cards or trigger abilities. So triggering abilities, I think, is you actually have to pay the action for it. I think that's how it works. If not, I would have shuffled my actions a different way. So first, let's get rid of this. I'm going to discard something with an even printed cost. In this case, it's going to be a occult evidence. So that's taken care of. Next, I'm going to Pathfind move to here. I will get engaged. Oh, actually, you're not going to engage me. These guys are aloof, so they actually don't attack. So in that case, I'm going to investigate this location. Yep, investigate this location. I am 7-1. I will commit a Eureka to this. So 8-1. We succeed. I am going to use my ability to grab 2 cards instead of just 1. Is that what I want? Yeah, search top 3. Okay. I'll take the medical student and the Eureka. We do get a clue from here. This gets shuffled. Then I'm going to go ahead and investigate one more time. I'm going to commit a Eureka. I do pass. I get the clue. I'll search top 3. I'll take the 3 aces. Okay. And then I'm going to flip this location. Okay. It is Ghost of the Dead. It is said that the people of Sarnath were the ones who destroyed the city of Ib thousands of years ago. From what you can gather, the inhabitants of Ib had committed no crime other than possessing a disturbing appearance and carving strange sculptures upon the gray monoliths within their city. However, the retribution Sarnath faced was far greater than their own sin. Even now, long after the destruction of Ib, creatures resembling the city's inhabitants still haunt the nameless lake, hunting down intruders like the warriors of Sarnath who destroyed their civilization so long ago. Intruders such as yourself. You now know what happened to Ib. Cool. Okay. I was just wondering. I was just thinking about like victory and stuff, and I just realized. Okay, yeah, it's handling all this for us. Good. Okay. That is unfortunately all my actions. I have a lot of cards on my hand. Alright. So that's everybody. Let's go ahead and do the enemy phase. So this guy will eventually re-engage. This guy's going to hit me for 3 horror. So I'll put 2 on you. And 1 on you. Alright. And then we go ahead and do upkeep. Hey, Mr. Rook. I'm going to go ahead and discard Mr. Rook because we don't need more than 1. Yeah, I'll discard Mr. Rook. Also, I should have killed these guys with Stir the Pot, but that's okay. We'll just do that next. I'll discard Essence of Dream, and that should put me at 8. So there you go. And then for you, upkeep. Trenchcoat. Alright. Mythos, First Doom. Go ahead to buy Corsairs. We always get that card, apparently. Song of the Macabre. Alright. Let's get started. I'll start with Mandy here. I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 to do Stir the Pot. Choose an enemy at your location, test book X, where X is the chosen enemy's combined damage and horror values, so 1. And if you succeed, you deal 2 damage to each enemy at your location. If you succeed by 2 or more, after this effect resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. So with that, we are currently 6-1. Thank you for passing. Alright, 6-1. And so I beat this by 2 or more. These all die. Yeah, these go bottom of the deck. I did succeed by a ton, so I do move to a connecting location. So I'll move to Sarnath. I'm then going to go ahead and flip Sarnath. Okay. Although this city-state, Doom of Sarnath, although this city-state was founded ages ago and stood for over 1,000 years, it is no more. The tales tell of a single night in which Sarnath fell. Now very little of it remains. Only a vast marsh where the city once stood tall and proud. Among the ruins, you find no standing buildings, but rubble of marble, brick, and chalcedony. I don't know how to pronounce that. But as you approach the remains, lightning splits the sky. There is a blinding flash. As you blink your eyes, everything changes. Where before no city stood, now there looms a ghostly image of Sarnath as it once was. Now the lake where the lightning struck, you find a curious and ancient idol of green stone. It is coated with seaweed and chiseled in the likeness of a great water lizard, one of the gods of the realm, perhaps. All right, we get a sign of the gods. We're up to 5 now. I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource and pass this guy over. This time I remembered, and then you flip it back over. Okay. Then for my next action, I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move for free down to here. And I don't think it counts as moving out of location for this thing, so I'm not going to worry about that part. Next, I'm going to go ahead and deal with the Corsairs as an action. I'm going to go ahead and commit all 3 aces. Actually, do I want to commit all 3 aces? I'm currently, what, 6-4? Yeah, I'm 6-4 right now. I can go 8-4 pretty easily. So yeah, we'll go 8-4. And I failed it. Okay, I'll spend my last action, and I'm going to go ahead and play 3 aces to auto-pass it without revealing a token. I gain 3 resources, and I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Over here with Rita, I'm going to go ahead and evade this guy, 7-5. Actually, I will spend 2 to punch him with a cheap shot. Yes. So I'll do this. So I'm going to be 11-2. I do pass. So I do a damage, and I evade him. I'm not going to use my ability. I'm just going to evade him and get rid of him. I will go ahead and draw 2 cards because that was a tablet. 1, 2. Then for my next action, I'm going to go ahead and play this and discard a card with an even number of skill icons. In this case, it's going to be an easy mark. And then for my last action, I'm just going to gain a resource. Oh, also, I do have Dirty Fighting. I'll go ahead and punch him again. Why not? So that was 6. I did a regular punch, so 6-2. So it would have been -5, so I do fail it. Okay. Sorry, I should have said that sooner, but yeah, I was not going to waste a baseball bat on this guy because he's not going to stay around long. Oh yeah, so I'm going to gain a resource from my last action. That's it. Okie dokie. Also, this should go away because we used 3 aces on it. Okay. So with that, it goes to enemy phase. No enemies. It'll re-engage. And then we'll do upkeep. Oh, it didn't stake. Upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right. So we are going to go ahead and get out of here. Where to? Your options in this region exhausted. You make your way back to your ship. The captain orders the crew to get ready to leave port. Wasn't sure if you'd be back in time, but here you are, the captain says with a grin. Well, where to? Search the encounter deck, discard pile, and all that. Shuffle the encounter, discard pile into the encounter deck. We'll just do that now. Search the encounter deck, discard play area for all beings of Ib. Investigators must decide. Okay, we're going to be going to Forbidden Lands next, but before we do that, are not defeated in the process, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So yeah, with that, this guy will get discarded because he's no longer engaged with me, and this will get discarded as this location gets removed. Okay, so with all that, I'm going to put these guys aside. And we're just going to click this Forbidden Lands and see how that goes. All right. Sitting on 6 experience right now. All right. Forbidden Lands, huh? And we are starting in Ilikvad over here. Maybe it's not Forbidden Lands. Maybe it was a different one I did. It might have been Timeless Realm, actually. In any case, seek out the night. From the relative safety of the fabulous city of Ilikvad, you may cross into the hellish and bizarre landscape of the Forbidden Lands. East of this barren and blasted landscape lie the lands which have been ravaged by the hordes of night. All right, same stuff as before, and then we start here in the port. It is veiled, of course. While you are at this location, reduce the cost of your first spell, ritual, or relic card you play each round by 1. Beyond the Forbidden Lands, perched atop hallowed cliffs of glass, is the rich and powerful city-state of Ilikvad. 1 victory. 2 shroud, 2 clues. Alright, over here we got Forbidden Lands. 6 shroud, 0 clues. Action, test fist 1. If you succeed, do foot 2, and then do will 3. If you succeed, flip this card over, and if you fail any of these tests, take 1 damage. Okay. And then here, if you successfully evade Stalking Manticore, disengage from it, but do not exhaust it. Until the end of the phase, it cannot engage you. And it has 6 health. So we got that going for us. Alright. And then and he's also 4 fights, 2 evade, creature, monster, elite, victory 1, 2 health, 1 sanity damage. Alright, Horde of Night, monster elite, massive, swarming 1. Or sorry, in this case, swarming 2. 1 fight, 1 evade, 1 health. Horde of Night swarm cards cannot attack. Horde of Night's host card cannot be defeated. If it would be defeated, exhaust Horde of Night instead. Okay, so we can't do anything about this guy. You can still kill the swarm cards, I guess. And then over here, at the end of the round, add 1 swarm card to the Horde of Night for each investigator in Zolon Thek. Okay. 4 shroud, 2 clues, veiled. It is said that Zolon Thek, once a mighty city, feared their dead and the night alike. It was both which rose up to destroy the city in the end. Okay, so yeah, I actually did Timeless Realm instead, because I don't recognize any of this. Alright, so with all of that, the act has advanced. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to spend an action to do Honed Instinct. Also, one other thing I want to check. Put into play. I'm going to go ahead and check something real quick, BRB. So yeah, the thing I was wondering about is, like, after you reveal a location or put a new location to play, like, what's it mean by you? And I'm not sure what the answer is for that. Your 22. Let's see. Put into play 17. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything either. Locations. Location cards, 14. Interest of play in unrevealed stake, blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's any follow-up. Nope, there is not. Locations interplay in their unrevealed state so that the side, blah, blah, blah. Do not reveal that sign. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. So yeah, there's no information about how this works. I would assume it would be the lead investigator at the very least, but I'm not gonna worry about triggering Wit and Green. We're just not gonna worry about it. In any case, give me one moment. All right, was making sure I spent the resource for the Honed Instinct. I do get an action before anything else happens, so I will go ahead and take that now. I'm going to investigate this location. Actually, I'm going to spend 3 resources for this action to get out Mr. Rook. And then, where is my Lightning Bolt? Okay, Lightning Bolt's just going to be later. Okay. So, I do lose some stats because of that, but now I have Mr. Rook again, and that's all that matters. Okay. So with all that said and done, we'll go ahead and progress to Mythos. 1 second again. Okay, let's just be sure. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be at 2 Doom right now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle this one more time, and we'll go. All right, Dreamland is Eclipse. I'll just put that there since you're the investigator. And Prismatic whatchamacallits. Okay. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start with Mandy Thompson. I'm going to search top 9. And I'm going to grab 2 cards with her ability. Search top 9. I'm going to grab both Onyxes. And I'm going to be playing them. The first relic I play is going to be reduced cost by 1. So one of them's free and the other one costs 1. And then with that, we get out the Pendant and the Queen. I'm going to go ahead and use said pendant to grab a clue from this location, since everything's already revealed for me conveniently. Then I'm going to I guess I'll just investigate this location. I'm just seeing what my options are. Yeah, so this is going to be 6 to 3 because of Dreamland Eclipse. I'm not going to take the horror for it. So 6 to 3. We do pass. Go ahead and do it again. 6 to 3. We pass. All right, and then I'm going to flip this location. Each investigator, okay. The Palace of Rainbows. High above the walls of Ilikvad stands the marvelous Palace of Rainbows. Its towers faceted so the sunlight forms bright rainbows when it strikes the palace each dawn. You're surprised to learn that the citizenry of Ilikvad, people of all stations, and indeed even outsiders such as yourself, are free to visit the palace grounds and walk its smooth glass streets lined with fragrant gardens. You are able to meet with the king of Ilikvad, who is said to know the music of the moon, and he is happy to share with you his knowledge of the Dreamlands. You never ever want to leave. All right, each investigator at Ilikvad heals 2 horror and draws 2 cards. All right, so you heal 2 horror and draw 2 cards, and you draw 2 cards. Okie dokie. All right, so I still have an action remaining. Should I start helping out with this guy? I can't really help out that much. Yeah, there's not really much I can do. So that'll be it for that. So I'm going to be discarding a lot of cards. Okay. Over here with Rita Young, we got some work to do. Yeah, I think we should just start picking a fight against this guy and get to work. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to here. I'm going to get engaged by you. And then I'm going to evade him. 7 to 2. Is that -5? Yes, it is. So we do pass. He does stay active, but he does. We disengage it and exhaust, and he won't attack me. I am going to go ahead and activate my ability to do 1 damage. This is a successful evade. I'm not going to get the +2 from Dirty Fighting, but I will be able to activate this. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it to get an attack off, and I'm going to use the baseball bat. So that's going to put us at 6 to 4. So yeah, 6 to 4. I'm going to go ahead and do I'm done running. So 8 to 4. 2 long shots. Because right now we've done, what, 1 damage? This will do 2, 3, 4. Okay. So yeah, we're 8 to 4 right now. Yeah, we'll go 8 to 4 and see what happens. The first time you perform one of the following actions, draw a resource or play. Actually, I will commit another card. I'll commit this Derringer. Actually, I'll commit this Resourceful. Alright, so this is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we do pass. That's -5, so it's 4 to 4, so we do hit. The Brat is going to break. It's going to do a +1 damage from this, and then +2 from the long shots. So it's going to be a total of 4 damage, putting it at 5. The bat will break after the attack resolves. So it's going to be before I do resolve the Resourceful. So Resourceful. We will put a Live and Learn in our hand. Alright, and then everything else gets discarded. I still have 1 action remaining because that was just from the Dirty Fighting. And I don't really have much else I can do right now because I can't play cards because of the stupid Prismatic Phenomenon. And I can investigate a location, but this location has 6. Okay, so you know what? We're just going to do the test instead. So, 4 to 1. We pass. 7 to 2. We pass. And then the tough one. We are 3 to 3. I'll use a Sparrow Mask to make it 5 to 3. We pass. So we go ahead and flip this card over. A Shrine of the Gods, or Shrine to the Gods. Throughout these perilous and hellish lands, you are beset by a nameless beast, hazardous terrain, and creatures too bizarre to describe. Even so, you press onward in the hope that you might learn something of the gods in this forsaken place. On the 3rd evening you spend here, you find a shrine beside a lake of fire. Tucked away among a range of volcanoes, the shrine bears a statue carved in the face of the volcanic rock, long forgotten by ancient dreamers and outsiders alike. A mark of the dreamland's gods, perhaps? You draw the statue's likeness in your journal and hope that it might hold some significance. So the Timbers, we already have both Tenor Night Gaunts in the deck, so we don't need to worry about those. And then, let's see, we do get a Sign of the Gods, so we're up to 6 now. As you can see, it's going to be a bit harder to progress now. I am going to go ahead and gain a resource with Virgil Gray. Pass him over. And think we're good to go. Also, did I not take a last action? Give me a second. Okay, I did forget to take the last action with Mandy. I'm just going to gain a resource. Also, I was saying 6 to 3. It should have been 6 to 4. I still passed all the checks, though, because the +2 from Eclipse Dreamlands, which I'm going to go ahead and discard now before I forget. Okay, so that's Reed Young taken care of. We flip this over. We got our 6 Sign of the Gods. Flip it back over. We're good to go. Okay. And then end of this phase. So what's going to end up happening is in enemy phase, he's just going to re-engage. Oh yeah, he is going to hit me. What a dick. Alright, so yeah, I should have moved away, but that's okay. I'll take the horror and damage. You take a damage. You can take a horror, and you'll take a damage. And that gives me an offering back, so that works out. Okay. So yeah, I forgot. I thought it was till the end of the round. It's till the end of the phase. Okay. Upkeep. Because yeah, he'll just engage and just attack at that point. Alright. Boop. Alright. We're going to discard Research Librarian, Essence of Dreams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Then over here, upkeep. Baseball bat. Cool. Next, Mythos, 3 of 9. Another Dreamland Eclipse. And another one of these. Cannot commit cards with an odd number of skill icons. Got it. Alright. We'll go ahead and... let's do something a bit silly. Oh, God, I forgot the swarming again. Give me a second. Okay, so doing the rewind right now. This clue's going to go back. I'm not going to do everything back, but what I'm going to do is I need to shuffle and put the top 2 on this. Then search top 9, which will be the entire deck. Okay, I still got these, so this still resolves correctly. That's still good. So that means we do get the clue that was here. Alright, and then we drew 2 cards because of the other effect from flipping. And then we drew a card and then discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will discard the Research Library. Okay, so that puts everything back to speed, I believe. So yeah, there are swarming cards here that we need to deal with. Okay, and give me one more moment. Okay, I was just verifying we are done with the Mythos phase. We are. Alright, so yeah, we're in investigation phase now, doing our usual stuff, like messing up rules. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start with Rita Young. I'm going to spend 3 actions, because it takes an additional action to do a play action. And I'm going to play Elaborate Distraction for 3. Doesn't provoke an attack opportunity, and then for each, I can either automatically evade an enemy or deal 1 damage to any enemy that's at my location or an adjacent location. I'm going to pick the 1 damage, so that kills the Stalking Minotaur. Or Manticore, sorry. These swarm cards get taken care of, and then this guy is going to have a damage on him, but he's not going to be defeated. And that is all for her. She did her job. Okay. Next, Mandy. I'll get this card into my hand. I'm going to go ahead and... so what's the shroud here? 4? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the pendant to get this last clue. I'm going to Pathfind move. Then regular move. This guy will get engaged with us. Then I'm going to flip this location. The Crypt of Zolanthek. The greatest structure within the ruined city is its crypt. Beyond its massive door lies a labyrinth of lightless passages wherein sleep the dead of Zolanthek, decaying bones of those both important and inconsequential, from simple farmers and laborers to wizards, witches, and necromancers executed for practicing their magical arts. As you traverse the shrouded halls, the only signs of life you come across are a sobbing voice whose owner you cannot ever seem to find, and the scraping of claws along the inside of a sealed stone door that you dare not open. You cannot wait to leave this ominous pit, and yet you know there are may be many secrets hidden within. You cover a sign of the gods. We're up to, 7 now? Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll gain a resource and pass the rock. And add Horde of Night to the victory display. So I guess I didn't need to do that AoE. And then you flip the card back over. And then for my last 2 actions, I'm just going to move back to here. I'm going to go ahead and discard this because it doesn't matter. Okay. Good stuff. So I'm not using Mr. Rook this round because I want to keep my deck small so I can get Pinja the Queen out even faster next round. All right. So yeah, no enemies on the board. Upkeep. So unfortunately, we have to spin around kind of just faffing about. Because, unfortunately, I can't get to where I need to go. Anyway, discard this. Excuse me. And I will discard a 1, 2, 3. I will discard a Tooth of Etsley. Okay. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll discard a Chair's Keepsake. Okay. Mythos, we're now 4 of 9. So that's where we're at. Okay, 4 of 9. Here goes. Surges. One of these cards. Cannot play cards or commit cards to skill tests with an odd number of words in their title. Have fun with that. So you can discard a card with an even number. Thankfully, I have plenty of even numbers. So that was the other thing I ran into with my other team, is they had a lot of odd number cost icons and words, and it just made everything worse. Oh, good, you're back. So you now have +1 damage and retaliate. Good for you. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and have Rita Young evade. 7 to 2. That is -6. Or sorry, 7 to 3. Oh yeah, I should have used a Sparrow Mask. I should have declared that ahead of time. I'm just going to take a... so this is a play action. Oh, sorry, it only affects actions. Never mind, so I'm good to go. I'll just do a lucky. So that brings us up to 9 versus 3, and we're at -6, so I do pass. So I do evade him. And then I'm going to use my ability to move to a connecting location rather than doing the damage. So I can move to here. I'm then going to go ahead and investigate this location. So I'm right now 2 to 2. And yeah, 2 to 2 right now. Yep, 2 to 2. Good luck. So it's a fail. I'll go ahead and do a live and learn. So now it's 4 to 2. I pass. Get rid of that. Last action, I'm going to go ahead and discard a card with an even number of skill icons. Never mind. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. Because I don't have enough. I would have to get rid of Sweeping Kick, which I don't want to do. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and just spend 3 to get out my Derringer. Okay. And then for Mandy, I'm going to spend an action to discard an occult evidence to discard this. This goes in my hand. And then I'm just going to gain resources. And then that'll be it. So at the end of the round, we'll go ahead and progress to the next location. All right. Where to? You finally return to your ship, ready to leave this accursed land behind. Let's not tarry in this God-forsaken place any longer, the captain says, barking orders to this crew. Elik Vad may be a jewel, but the lands beyond are fraught with danger. Pick a heading, any heading, just so long as it is far away from here. All right. So we'll go ahead and shuffle everything here. I'll set you to side, and we have one location left, which is the Timeless Realm. So there we go, Timeless Realm. All right. We're at 9 experience, which is nice. Yeah, so this is the one I've done. And it was not a good one to start with, because it starts with these guys already out in play. Luckily, they don't have Hunter. Okie dokie. So for this, we are going to start in Celeface, over here. And that leaves us with the King's Decree. Much of the valley realm of Oth-Nargai, ruled by the dreamer Kuranes, eludes the grasp of time. Nothing here ages or falls into disrepair. It is a realm of wonder and marvels. How many years might pass here before you even notice? All right, and we're going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. Out of Doom. We're now 5 of 9, so we're running out of time here. And counter card. One of these guys. Counter card. One of these annoying pieces of junk. Got it. So, give me one moment. Alright, so I was just considering my options on how to handle this. Okay. So, I can't commit skills, that's fine. Oh, we didn't do upkeep. Alright, I need to discard. I'll discard the Essence of Dreams. Upkeep. Alright, I'm pretty close to getting hoods in my deck. Or getting it out in play, rather. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with Rita. First action, I'm going to engage. Second action, I'm going to evade. Currently, we are 7 to 3. I'll use a resource to make it 9 to 3. Is that 6? Nope, 7. So I actually fail it. Yep, I do fail it. Luckily, you don't have alert. Okay, I will try to evade him again. This time, it's just going to be 7 to 2 or 7 to 3 because all that matters is the skull anyway. Okay, we do pass. I will go ahead and use my ability to put a damage on him. Then I'm going to attack him using Dirty Fighting. I am going to go ahead and use a Derringer. So this is going to be 6, 8. It'll be 8 to 3. And we fail. Luckily, the Retaliate doesn't hit because he is currently exhausted. Okie dokie. So, Mandy. We didn't even read the locations here. We got Celeface. This is a port, Veiled, 2 Shroud, 2 Clues, Victory 1. Carter knew that they were come to the land of Uth-Nargai and the marvelous city of Celeface. Swiftly there came into sight the glittering minarets of that fabulous town and the untarnished marble walls with their bronze statues and the great stone bridge where Naraxa joins the sea. We got Serenian. It's another port. This is actually a situation where there are multiple ports. 3 Shroud, 2 Clues. As an additional cost for you to enter and leave Serenian, you must choose and discard a card from your hand. The Marble Cloud City of Serenian, that lies in ethereal space beyond where the sea meets the sky. Victory 1. And then down here we have Hezeth Clegg, Veiled, 4 Shroud, 2 Clues. In stark contrast to the rest of the Timeless Realm, Hezeth Clegg is a decaying city of dingy, twisting streets, basalt towers that lies outside the reach of King Celeface. Even simple rules of architecture do not seem to apply here, and though there are gods venerated within the city's many temples, none of them are a reputable sort that you seek. Indeed. Okay. So, for Mandy, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location. I am currently 6-2. I'm going to go ahead and commit a... first, actually, I'm going to do the Pinch of the Queen. So I can shuffle these back in. And I'm going to use that to grab a clue from here. And yeah, before I do the investigate, I'm going to go ahead and do Mr. Rook. I'm going to grab 2 cards from the six that are here. I pick Segment of Onyx and Segment of Onyx. I'm going to go ahead and fast out both of them. Then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to do No Stone During Turn. And grab the other Segment of Onyx. And now we have the Pendant of the Queen again. I'll go ahead and activate it to grab a clue from this location. Like so. And then I'm going to investigate this location. I'm currently 6-2. I'm going to go 7-2, 9-2. Alright, so that's -7. And I was 6, 7, 8, 9, so that was 2-2. Yep, so I did pass, just barely. I get both clues here. And I also draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and flip this location. Also, this Essence of Dream should be in my hand. Alright, Advice of the King. Alright, Randolph stops in one of the streets of Celeface to meet with the old chief of the city's cats, and you recall that your companion once told you that Ulthar is not the only city of the Dreamland in which these curious creatures dwell. The cat informs Randolph where he can find his old friend, and you're surprised when your companion leads you to a rose crystal palace in the center of the city. Here you meet with King Karanas, who rules this region. When you tell Karanas of your quest, he indicates that you may find what you're looking for in the great temple that lies in the center of Hezeth Clegg, a city beyond his timeless realm. But this advice comes with a warning. Once you enter the Temple of Unattainable Desires, you might never leave. Remember that you beseech the king, and then we've already added in the Night Gaunts, so we're good on that front. All right, I have an action remaining. I'm going to spend that to try to get rid of the Macabre nonsense. We are 3-4 right now. So let's go 4-4, 6-4, and that's really all we can do. So 6-4. We do pass just barely. This goes away. These go away. This gets set aside. And then I am going to go ahead and since I kind of already know what's going on here, I'm going to go ahead and Pathfind move. Oh, actually, I can't go down there anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to Pathfind move up to Serenian. I'm going to have to discard a card. So I'll discard the Burning the Midnight Oil. And I will flip this location over. Alright. Timeless Beauty. The city of Serenian is a refuge from all the world's ills. In these turreted cloud castles that hang in a heavenly sky, time slows to a halt. The allure of the city is ageless. You could lose yourself for years within its marble streets and perfect gardens, and never notice the difference. It is so peaceful that you nearly forgot your quest, as well as the fact that your physical body still sleeps in the real world. Even so, you cannot help but wonder, would it be better to simply stay in this tranquil realm and let your mind remain at peace while even while your body ages and withers away. Each investigator at this location gets heals 2 damage and gains 2 resources. So heal 2, gain 2. We do get a Sign of the Gods. So skulls are now -8. You can gain a resource and pass them over. Okay. And then flip it back over. All right. So we have 8 of 10, which is pretty good. I know where the last 2 are at. I'm just not sure we can make it in time and get out. I mean, we don't even need to get back to the port. We just have to get the 10. So maybe we can pull it off. It's super risky, though, because there's all these guys in the way. In any case, enemy phase, this guy will re-engage. That's actually during upkeep. Then we'll go ahead and resolve this. Seriously, wow. I'm surprised we haven't drawn hoods yet. Mythos, we're up to 6 of 9. Yeah, we're really cutting it. Especially with these things spawning on us. Hello. So when Timber's Night God leaves play as a result of the axe setup, set it aside, and then after resolving it, spawns it. You put it into play at the city location. So this thing just follows you around. Monster Night God, 4 fight, 1 evade, 4 health. Hunter hits for 1 and 1. Okay. So we're down to that many cards, huh? So the problem here is I can't do the pendant. I can't do any more pendant shenanigans. So I think this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start with Mandy, Essence of Dreams, Pathfind move. Down to here. Yeah, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just leave. So you can resign, but if you resign, you drop your clues. So I'm just going to stay here and actually, yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. We'll just go together. So yeah, come down here with Pathfind move. I will go ahead and investigate this location, spending 2... Actually, what is my limit here? You cannot play cards or trigger cards with an odd printed... Okay, well this is even, so I'm fine. So spend this to do breaking and entering. That's going to make us 9 to 2. I'm going to go ahead and commit a Witten Green in the process. Actually, I'll commit an Essence of Dream. So that's going to be 11 to whatever. 11 to 2, and this is -8, so I do pass. But I don't pass by enough. So I don't actually... I was going to try to auto-evade something, but it didn't work. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to go ahead and spend an action to discard Witten Green, to discard Law of Yiggorath. And then last action, I'm going to go ahead... Well... yeah, last action, I'm going to gain a resource, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Pendant of the Queen to auto-evade this guy. Actually, we'll auto-evade the other guy. Okay. And then, during Rita's turn, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to evade this guy. So 7 to 1. We'll make it 9 to 1. We pass. You get evaded. And then my last 2 actions, I'm just going to gain resources. Actually, last 2 actions, I'll put out my teddy bear, just to make me feel better. And you know what? I'll get out my trench coat. Okay. And then at the end of the round, at the end of the round, I'm going to go ahead and just have these guys leave. And then that'll be it. But just for posterity, draw our last card, draw this card. Wow, where was this? Yeah, Hoods was second to last. Nice. That was nice, going through an entire... that's the first time, I think that's the first time I've ever gone through an entire scenario without Rita pulling Hoods, so that's good. So yeah, at the end of the round, I'm just going to progress the act. So, your ship's crew grumbles in protest when you announce your intention to leave. Can you blame them? The captain leans in and says quietly as the crew prepares for the voyage. They would stay in port here forever, if they could, but alas, the sea calls. So where are we heading next? So, if you have already visited each of the listed areas, proceed to Resolution 1. Alright, so Resolution 1. Each defeated investigator should resolve investigator defeated first, which we're not defeated. If you have ventured far and wide, from the quaint cobbled villages of the Kingdom of Sky to the wondrous lands you could have never in 100 years imagined. You learn much of the dreamlands and of the gods who dwell atop unknown Kadath. Though you are closer to your goal, you still don't know its precise location. In the meantime, your quest grows deadlier with each passing day. No matter where you go, foul nightmares creatures pursue you across land and sea. Winged beasts with no faces, horned corsairs wielding razor-sharp cutlasses and commanding great black galleys. The agents of your demise bear many shapes. You decide to return your ship safe from the many dangers of the Dreamlands. Or so you thought. Unfortunately, your ship is no safe haven. When you return, the crew and captain are nowhere to be found. There are no signs of struggle, but Virgil, who returned to the ship earlier to prepare for the next departure, is also missing. I fear the worst, Randolph mourned. If those fiendish corsairs captured them, they are in dire trouble. They are agents... Yeah. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. In dire trouble, they are agents of the other god from the outside, whose soul and messenger is the crawling chaos Nyarlathotep. The mere utterance of the name causes you to shudder, though you do not know why. You ask where they might have been taken. As if discussing any other port of call, he replies, beasts who command their black galleys sail from the moon. If we are to rescue Virgil and our other companions, that is where we must go. All right. So I believe we get 10 experience. Oh, 11. Yeah, so we have 9 in the victory display here, and these 2 would have been added in as well. So 11 experience in total, which is fantastic. And then let's see, for each sign of the gods the investigators unveiled during the scenario, record 1 tally mark next to the evidence of Kadath in the campaign log. So I don't know. So it's going to be, so we have 1 and we got 8. So it's going to be that many. So 9. We have 9 of those. Okay, 9 tally marks. Put Virgil has been captured. So I'm guessing I'm supposed to remove him. I mean, he was a story asset anyway, so we don't need to worry about him. Okay, and then Randolph eluded capture. Okay. Then down here, then we go to the other side, which I have not done. So, with that, that went a lot better than my first time doing it. So like I said, I did Timeless Realm first, which is, and I did like everything in out of order. Like instead of like checking out these locations, I decided to be cheeky and just head out straight out of the city, straight out of port and just go over here. And all that told me to do was go back the other way and handle this first. So I was like, oh, wow, I wasted a bunch of actions there. And it was also very difficult with mystic type characters, because I was just running out of things to actually, I was running out of spells essentially. And then of course, like I mentioned, those various hidden cards really wrecked me. All right, so with all that said and done, we got to see the ultimate power of Pinta the Queen. We'll see if we can do some more shenanigans next time. So it's going to be the other team. So it's going to be back to Amanda Sharp and Stella Clark next time. And like I said, I have not done 1,000 Shapes of Horror, so I have no idea what to expect. Also, I need to spend experience, so give me one moment.